Ladies and gentlemen, I'm super excited to bring you this case study of exactly how I helped Sam make $33,210 within 8 weeks using a $5 an hour virtual assistant. Now, this video is going to break down some of the core components that Sam and I did to scale his online coaching business and cash collect $33,210 in 8 weeks. And I say cash collect, not contracts, not payment plans, but literally cash in hand, $33,210 in 8 weeks. Now, I want to preface this by saying there is more garbage advice online now more than ever, and it's usually from people who are brand new to coaching. But I want to really give you a very short backstory. I've been doing this for 5 years, right? My very first client was in 2019, and I helped her grow from 6 million followers to 14 million followers in 8 months and monetize, go from zero to $120,000 a month within 8 months as well. So I'm not new to this game or whatsoever. I've been coaching for a very, very long time. And what I intend to do in this video, my goal here with this case study breakdown is to light the path to the most effective way to grow an online coaching business without using BS tactics. So I'm going to be breaking down proven modern day methods that are going to save you time, make you more money, and help you grow your business with systems to do the heavy lifting for you. So you don't want to miss a minute of this case study breakdown. Now, who is this for? This is for fitness coaches who either want to start a coaching business or scale their existing coaching business. Maybe you don't know where to start. You're probably short on time. You're sick of blasting DMs all day long or doing the manual approach, and you might just be looking for a more automated way of making money with your fitness coaching business. If any of this applies to you, then this case study breakdown is exactly what you need to watch in its entirety. So what are we actually going to be covering? Now, I posted a poll on my Instagram story a couple of days ago asking you guys what you wanted to know about how I helped Sam do this amazing number, right? $33,000. And most of you guys said, 75% of you guys said that you want to know how to sell online coaching programs for above $2,000. Most of you guys are selling your programs for around $200 a month. I'm going to get into that in a second, but most of you guys want to know how to 10x the price of your program and actually have people buying it. The second thing you guys wanted to know was how exactly we used the $5 an hour VA to make $33,000 in 8 weeks. All right. Now, I'm going to get onto all of these in great depth, but before I do, it's super important that I first unpack the 3 mistakes that fitness coaches are making that is leaving so much money on the table, right? That's where I'm going to start. So these 3 mistakes right here. The most common one I find is selling the wrong thing to the wrong people. Number 2 is a lack of systems. You're doing everything manually. And number 3 is OMA. Now, I'm going to get into each one of them. So I'm going to start here. Problem number 1, selling the wrong thing to the wrong market. I've worked with so many different coaches over the years, and 95% of coaches are stuck in this problem. They're usually selling a low-ticket program. Why is that wrong? Why is that bad, right? We want to serve as many people as possible, right? We want to help so many people. But the problem with selling a low-ticket program, anything under $200-300 a month, is you attract cheap clients, cheap people. I can't afford it. They want to haggle on the price, right? You're attracting a really poor quality kind of person. You don't want to work with those people anyways, right? And that is the biggest issue that people face. And when you do that, even if you are able to attract cheap clients, whatever, you have to work with a huge volume of people just to make multi-5 figures. Even just to make 10 grand a month, selling your program for $200 a month, you need to work with 50 different people. One high ticket client is worth 10 low ticket clients. So would you rather work with one really high quality person paying you 10 times as much, or 10 people, right? It should be pretty simple. But the issue here is so many different things, right? I'm going to really unpack this as we get into it. But you're not actually offering anything of value here. When you sell cheap stuff, you can't actually afford to give incredible value to your clients. Hold your opinions, right? Because a lot of people are like, no, I'm a great coach. I understand. But if you're a great coach, charge $2,000, charge $3,000. One of my guys charges $4,800 for his programs. If you're such a great coach, charge that amount. If you've tried in the past and people say no, then this is your problem. You're selling the wrong thing to the wrong market. Okay, I'm going to get into the solution in a second, but I want you guys to be aware of this. Most of you guys are going to fall into this category. And again, if you're not currently selling anything and you're thinking about starting, you may be tempted into thinking, let me do something cheap. I'm brand new to coaching. Wrong. That is absolutely the worst thing you can do. Number 2 problem is a lack of systems. You're doing everything manually. To get the clients, you're messaging them by yourself, firing off DMs, or you're in the Facebook groups, trying to do whatever, right? The reason this sucks is because it's slow and it's outdated. Let me really break this down for you. In your life, you've got more things to do than just send DMs to people. You've got your own training to do. Maybe you've got a side job. Maybe you've got your main job as well, and you're trying to grow a fitness coaching business on the side. Imagine trying to do all these DMs alone. 100 DMs a day is actually the volume that it takes to see significant impact. When's the last time you did 100 DMs a day? Cold DMs a day. That's brutal, right? It makes you hate your business. Chatting to all these people every day, being told to fuck off, right? No one likes to do that. Why would you want to use a manual system where it's slow, you end up hating the grind, and you're never going to scale? Beyond that, if you miss a day, or you're tired, or again, you're busy, you have a life to live. If you miss a day, your business lives or dies on your shoulders. If you don't send 100 DMs on a Monday or a Tuesday or whatever, great, your lead flow is just getting cut in half, which means your cash is getting cut in half, which means you're not actually growing the business because everything rests on you. And that's the problem. There are so many of these Muppet coaches that you'll find online saying, hey, when you're starting your business, you need to be the one sending the DMs. You need to know, the messages to send, the cadence, and then you can scale and then you can automate. Bullshit. That's why they don't actually work. That's why they scale so slowly, right? Because people quit. It sucks. And so if you're doing this right now, I totally empathize with you. And there is a better way. I'm going to walk you guys through it. If you haven't done this at all, please avoid this season in your business at all costs. Manual outreach is the worst thing in the fucking world, right? So a lack of systems is problem number 2. And number 3, OMA. What is OMA? One-man army. You're doing everything by yourself. You're responsible for getting the leads, finding them, talking to them. You're responsible for booking them on calls or closing the sale. You're responsible solely for getting the client's results. There's no systems, there's no automation, there's no team. You're a one-man army. So the question I have here, if this is you, how can you expect to build a lucrative business this way? How? If your goal is even just to go full-time, how? How are you going to go full-time online if you currently have a job? Where is the time in your day to do that at all? If you're doing everything by yourself, you're a one-man army and you currently have a job and you're trying to do everything by yourself, to just go online, maybe you're saying, hey, Corbin, I don't actually want to make 10K, 20K a month yet. I just want to go full-time online. How? It's impossible. You doing everything by yourself. Good luck. You need a system. Number 1, you need a system to do the work for you, to do the heavy lifting for you, to get you out of the grind. You absolutely need a system. And you need to stop selling cheap stuff. That is what it all really comes down to. But more than anything, you cannot continue a mindset of being a one-man army, thinking it's going to work out, because I promise you, it will not. Now, Sam was making all 3 of these mistakes when we first started working together. He was doing everything. He was a full-time PT. He was trying to send the manual DMs, trying to sell people cheap shit, and obviously he wasn't scaling. Obviously it was getting him nowhere. And this is essentially what the dilemma of most coaches look like. This is this negative feedback loop. You're doing manual acquisition to try and get the clients all by yourself, which means you have a lack of time. Right? If you're trying to fire it off all the time and do your own job and do whatever, you have a lack of time. And because you have a lack of time, you're not able to get a lot of lead flow in the door. Right? You can't afford to do enough volume to make it count because you don't have enough time, which means there's a low volume of clients. And even if you are able to sell them something, it's cheap, which means you have low revenue. And because you have low revenue, you can't hire anybody to handle the clients on your behalf, right? I'm going to get onto this in a second. This is a lot easier to do than you think, right? And because of all that, again, you have to keep doing the manual acquisition all by yourself. This sucks. This is not a business. If this is you, you don't have a business. You are just a glorified coach. You don't actually have a business. If any of this standing out to you, you don't have a business. But we can change that. This is exactly what we did for Sam, the changes that we made. Number 1, we implemented our autopilot client acquisition system, the $5 an hour VA. They did all the client acquisition, on Sam's behalf, which meant higher lead flow. The VA was contacting so many more people than Sam ever could, which meant higher lead flow, which meant we could find more high quality clients that had the funds to pay 10 times more than everyone else, because we were only searching for high quality people. Because of that, we had high quality clients. We could sell them a high ticket program. High ticket program, high revenue, which means Sam immediately could delegate 60% of his workload and essentially build out a team. Now Sam has a massive team, right? And so which means Sam now has all this free time. Free time to do what? Make content, train. Sam's also a professional powerlifter, training for competitions, has free time to pursue those things. Maybe yourself, you want free time to pursue other things, right? This is how the positive feedback system looks. This is what you actually need. And now you're no longer a one-man army. You've got someone to do the client acquisition, someone to manage the client. And I know that if this sounds a little bit overwhelming, I promise you it's going to make so much sense. It is so much simpler than you think. And I'm going to walk you guys through that in a second. So the question is here, how do we actually create a $2,000 coaching program that Sam could sell, right? This is essentially it. Now there is quite a little bit more to this, but I want to keep this as high level as possible. How to sell coaching for $2,000 plus. You need to think in terms of value. Like I said earlier, the cheap, shitty programs, the $200 a month, everyone and their nan is selling some fitness coaching program. Everyone's got this custom app. Sam uses Trainerize. I'm not too sure if you guys know Trainerize, but it's the most basic entry level like fitness coaching app. The app is not what makes it valuable. People don't understand that. It's everything outside of the app that determines whether you're charging $200 or $2,000. So everyone's got this custom app, and that's why everyone's a commodity. They can't sell their thing for a lot of money, right? We think in terms of high value, high price, which means low effort to fulfill. So what you want to think about is have one very high value thing that you offer that's unique and sets you apart with your fitness coaching program. For example, in the past, I think we've built over 70, close to 80 high ticket fitness coaching programs, and we've used various high value, components. For example, like blood work, right? Helping your clients get their blood work done so you can analyze what are their T levels, what are they lacking, what do they need more of, right? Or customizing the meal plan, based on what they can and can't eat from the blood work. This is an extremely lucrative thing. One of my clients, old clients, he does this and he sells his program for $5,000 US, right? You can do at-home gym equipment. For example, if you specialize in helping people get an amazing result, can you help them do that from the comfort of their own home? Lifestyle and dating coaching to complement the nutrition and the fitness coaching, mindset coaching. I can go on and on. There's literally dozens. But the one that we settled on for Sam was a nutritionist. So Sam here is at the helm, and we hired a nutritionist to essentially fulfill on all the nutrition stuff for the clients. They did the daily check-ins, they built the nutrition plans, they did fortnightly check-in calls, and his clients got a way higher value service, way better results. And in doing so, I'm going to show you this. Sam offloaded 60% of his workload, right? Just by making this one hire. Here's the cool thing that not a lot of people understand. What we're able to do is essentially hire the nutritionist without having to pay them upfront. It's a little bit complicated, right? But it means it's super cost effective. It's not like you giving them $1,000 to manage a client, right? It's super, super cost effective when you can structure the deal correctly. The nutritionist is happy, they stay on board, and this to your clients means it's ultra valuable. No one else in the marketplace is offering them this, which means for you as well, ultra high profit margins too. Because it's cost effective, because your clients are paying you more, ultra high profit margins, right? Once again, unique, set Sam apart in the marketplace. And just this one additive took Sam from selling his coaching for a couple $100 to over $2,000 US for a 12, 16-week program. And his clients happily pay it. So, like I said, going from $200 program where you're working with heaps and heaps of people to a $2,000 program where you have a very cost-effective team helping fulfill the service. You work with fewer people that are high quality, paying you more, life's good. This is what a premium coaching program looks like. Would you rather be on this side competing for scraps like everyone else in the fitness industry, or raise the bar? Be on the other side, right? Where the grass is greener. We're selling it for so much more money. This is where you want to be. You can literally pay rent in one shot. One client, pay rent, done. That is how we want to operate coaching. Okay. Now, how do we actually get these kind of clients that could afford this program, that had the pain point, that were interested to actually buy from Sam? And how do we automate the whole process? This is how we use the $5 an hour VA to make $33,000 in 8 weeks. So quick reminder of what the manual outreach looks like. It's you manually DMing as many people as you can, right? What we did instead was this. The automated outreach. We helped Sam hire a VA within 24 hours. It doesn't take long. You can hire a virtual assistant very, very rapidly. After Sam hired the virtual assistant, we then trained the virtual assistant through our 3-day training routine, and we cover really core principles here for the VA. We take them from literally fresh to baby face, not knowing what to do, and we show them exactly how to lead source, how to find the highest quality people in the best niches that have the most amount of money, right? Very untapped niches. While everyone is trying to chat to mums and dads and get them on a cheap coaching thing, we were going the opposite route. We were doing something totally different. We were looking at the niches that had the most cash, right? After they found that, we've trained the VA on the exact DM script to use to send them a message. Now, most of you guys should know money's in the follow-up. So we also train the VAs on follow-up procedure. If the person doesn't reply, how to follow them up the right way without being spammy, right? Providing them value, getting them on a call. And in order to get them on a call, we wanted to make sure that if we were booking calls with cold leads that had never heard about us before, or Sam in this case, that they got on the call ready to buy. So how do we pre-nurture these leads so that they're not just cold people that don't know us from a bar of soap? So we train the VO in how to pre-nurture the leads, right? Which not only increases show-up rate. When you book a call, not everyone shows up. But when you can pre-nurture the lead correctly, give them the right value, they show up and they understand what you do, they know who you are, and they're ready to buy, right? And on top of that, the VA, again, because it's their entire job, they can do 100 DMs per day, way more volume than you could ever do, which means the lead flow is great, talking to the right people, and again, you got something super high value to sell them. This is what a real coaching business looks like in the fitness industry, okay? Now, we took Sam from doing this manual outreach to having an automated outreach system. So he's not chasing people anymore. He's sitting back. People are coming to him. People are booking on calls, right? He just needs to rock up to the call, close it. That's it. Now, here's the math breakdown so you guys can actually understand. Right? I'm not just talking woo-woo numbers here. Here's the actual math breakdown. If the VA is sending 500 DMs per week and you're booking quality calls, not just booking calls with any random person, you can try, sure, book dozens of calls per week, but the chances are they're not going to be high quality. What we're looking for is 3 to 5 high quality calls per week. It's not much, right? But when you've got an amazing program, the leads are pre-nurtured, you don't need a lot of calls. And so if out of the 3 to 5, we want to average essentially 1 to 2 closes, 1 to 2 new clients per week. Very, very easy to do when you have all these things in place. They're already pre-sold, right? And again, it's 1 to 2 high quality, high income buyers. Again, at a $2,000 price point, like what Sam was doing, our target, we just needed to get five clients in the door each month, and Sam was on $10,000 a month. Now, again, I'm talking in simple numbers here, but this is exactly what Sam did. Right? You can check this out on my YouTube channel. I'm going to link my YouTube channel below. I cover a lot of different stuff. Everything you want to know about high-ticket fitness coaching programs, the VA scaling system, very in-depth. If you want to watch all this stuff, I'll leave the link below. But Sam literally did this, right? In fact, he did 11K, right? Using the VA. Simple numbers here. You don't need to do dozens of calls a week, right? If your goal, just to do 10K a month or make an extra 10K a month, this is actually all you need. You don't need anything crazy, right? But let's say your goal is, again, maybe you're working full time and just have an extra 2, 4, 6K coming in. That for a lot of people makes a massive, massive difference. Not everyone wants to make $20,000, $30,000 a month. Right? But if all you want to do is just go full time with your coaching, then the numbers are even easier. it's 2,000 DMs per month. Sorry, that's a typo. It's per month, right? So again, 500 DMs per week, 2,000 in the month, and just closing 2 clients a month. So it's 1 client every 2 weeks, extra $4,000. Who wouldn't want that? And again, what is this costing you? It's $5 an hour, which is nothing. And the VA, by the way, they can get all their work done in literally like 3 hours. It's unreal. It's insane. So why wouldn't you want to do this instead? Now, compare that to the low ticket. Again, even if you're sending 2,000 DMs per month, you need to get 20 clients on board at $200 just to make 4,000. So would you rather work with 20 clients at a low price that are haggling you, or just 2? This is the place that we want to be at, okay? Now, like I said, these are a few of the core components of what Sam and I did to scale this online coaching business to the next level and cash collect $33,000 in 8 weeks, right? Now, we didn't just do these things, right? We also helped Sam grow his audience too, right? He took him from 4,000 followers to 13,000 followers organically. You can check out his account as well. But we also implemented more acquisition systems. It wasn't just getting the VA to do the outbound stuff, the VA message people. We wanted to get inbounds as well. You need both sides here, okay? And so we implemented inbound acquisition strategies to 10x the power of the VA system as well. So we did a few other things, right? But this was a custom strategy that we built out for Sam, because we understand that every fitness coach starts out at a different place and has different goals, okay? Now, this is what we do for all of our fitness coaching clients who come to work with us. Some of our coaches already have a really big audience, and so we use what we call an instant cash model to help them monetize rapidly. They've already got the flow, maybe you've already got good amount of traffic, you just need to monetize well. So in this case, we would implement an instant cash model. Right? Other coaches that come to us, they have a small audience. And so we use our growth and monetization model that helps them generate cash even with a small audience. I'll take my guy David, for example. Even with just 900 followers, David was able to close 5 high-ticket fitness coaching clients in his first 33 days of deploying the VA system, right? Recently, he celebrated his best month, and he's actually one of the coaches inside our program that helps our clients get even better results, right? So he's done so well and is such a great example of this that even on a low following, with the growth and monetization model, you can still grow your coaching business, right? But I really need to preface this. Please understand that what worked for Sam and what worked for David may not work for you based on where you're at in your personal brand and business. But I didn't just create this video to leave you hopeless, right? To give you all this stuff and tell you, oh, it's not going to work, right? I actually wanted to give you the ability to take practical action on something. So I have good news for you. We've actually just opened up spots in our program to work with 5 more people one-on-one who want a proven and personalized strategy to grow their fitness coaching business, right? Now, again, you guys can take all this information and try and run with it. But again, if you're not using the right strategy for where you are, it's not going to work, right? You need something that is proven and personalized based on where you're at. So if you would like to learn a little bit more about the kind of strategies that we would implement into your fitness coaching business, whether you're brand new or you're experienced, then I'd love to extend the invitation for you and I to jump on a one-on-one call so we can dive deeper into your business, see how we might be able to assist you in taking things to the next level, and most importantly, to see if you and I are a good fit for each other. So if you are serious about growing your fitness coaching business, DM me on Instagram at Corbin Silk, and we'll set up a time for us to get on a call and connect. I'll leave my Instagram below. Shoot me a message if you're interested, and I would absolutely love to sit down with you and see how we might be able to assist. I'll leave it there. Thank you guys so much for taking the time to watch this, and I hope this has helped you open your eyes to a couple of things. I'll see you guys on a call